First things first, we got Dreamcastguy, right? Because there's levels to this shit. This was the first guy I wanted to check out, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, damn, this shit is not looking good. He's got 983 likes, 1,200 dislikes. I don't like to see the poor fella struggling like that, man. Let's see what's going on with Dreamcastguy, right? Let's see what he's got to say, man.
Hey there, gamers. Dreamcastguy here. Today we're talking about Xbox and apparently the future of the console PC wars because
we need war.
Did he just say the console PC wars? This ninja out here making up new terms and shit?
Xbox and apparently the future of the console PC wars because
brother, right?
Shut up, you filthy peasant.
Oh, brother, there's no, you guys ain't ready for that shit, brother. Hush, right? What are these closed ecosystem boys talking about?
We need war.
This is all that they know, right? This is insane. This is gaming coverage, by the way.
They just revealed the new next generation Xbox. The logo.
They need an adversary. That's what it's looking like. It's like, brother. It's like, stay down there, right? We're up in the clouds, right? We're up in the clouds. Stay down there fighting with your sticks and your stones in the mud, buddy. Fighting for exclusives.
Be a good consumer.
You know what I mean? Paying to access your internet, brother. This is not what you want. Stop it.
The plans, and the CEO of Xbox, Asha Sharma, published a statement about how they're trying to handle next gen. And I gotta admit that, first and foremost, the name is Project Helix. I think this name is incredibly freaking stupid, but...
Oh, talk that shit, right? Wow.
We need war.
Talk that shit. We're 26 seconds in, right? And you know, like I said, when it comes to talking shit, I mean, he's the best at this shit. So we're already, that's the criticism that we have, the name Helix, right?
Can you really have a name?
I actually think that the name is halfway decent, right? I think I think it has something to do with like DNA, of course, right? In a PC or whatever. But they're probably, the real name of the shit's probably going to be something stupid.
Worse than Xbox Series X and Series S.
Yeah,
Seriously, current gen already a complete dumpster fire. Just before anything else, can we just acknowledge the fact that this has been the generation that Xbox died? The total sales of the Xbox console is so abysmally bad. I still can't believe they're releasing this system, even if they are.
Yeah, I know you can't, right? He's been saying this whole time that they're not going to release it, even though they've stated multiple times. Hell, they even had AMD pop out and say that they were going to release the thing, right? I mean, I can understand them saying, "Oh, I don't think it's going to sell," but they've stated so many times that the shit was going to come out, right? It was almost like he just really didn't want it to come out. It was odd.
Are claiming it publicly, but let's take a look at the reactions.
Oh yeah, he's coping because he was wrong again. Yeah, definitely.
Statements and why this is just going to be definitely a wet fart. Hi, hope you're having
a nice try, right?
Already. I got a big video coming out later today talking about Marathon. I've actually been playing Marathon since the servers went live, and I gotta admit, I'm enjoying it more than I thought. It has a steep learning curve, but I kind of...
yeah, get out of there.
Did get it. So let's take a look at this delicious...
rest in peace to Marathon, right?
This 7-second video. Oh, it looks like a little...
Oh, now this is going to be interesting, right? Look at this guy, right? You cannot, and I'm not even trying to be platitudinous. You cannot tell me that this guy is not high out of his mind. I mean, look at this guy right here. Let's see how he can hate on this 7-second video, right? The video's not even fucking anything. Let's see what he can say about it. Let's see his analysis of this.
DNA, Project Helix, the next generation of Xbox console. Now, something that really jumped out to me is this. Who says Xbox console?
Oh,
a lot of people think immediately that this is sort of a pushback to that everything is an Xbox. Yeah, it turns out everything is an Xbox still needs an Xbox. I do think that there's been a lot of talk that the everything is an Xbox campaign was just utterly despised by the rest of the Xbox team. Because you know what? A PlayStation isn't an Xbox. My cell phone is not an Xbox. The idea that everything is an Xbox, it watered down.
I think they were pretty much saying, like, if you could access Game Pass, pretty much then it's an Xbox, right? I mean, the Xboxes weren't selling, right? They talk shit about it, but I think it was smart, right? I mean, they talk all the time about how their hardware isn't selling. So they were like, shit, you guys don't want to buy an Xbox? We'll pull up on you. You know what I mean? I didn't think it was stupid, to be honest with you.
The brand so much. So it feels weird. They're almost trying to backpedal.
And shout out to PS5 Blows, right? He's been a member for 4 months. He says, Xbox. Bach, right? W's in the chat, man. I can't do it like Gamester, man. Shout out to Gamester, dog. Gamester with another W, for real, man. Shout out to PS5 Blows.
And say, oh, remember the Xbox console. I guess
Eyes bugging the fuck out. He's tweaking right now. Brother, he's over the moon. I'm telling you, this guy is zooted.
there is a chance this is basically saying, oh, Xbox console exists here, but we also have the Xbox app, the Xbox Cloud, right?
Oh.
Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, he's seething.
Now, Asha Sharma, this is the person that obviously
He threw in Xbox Game Pass. I thought you were on Game Pass, Dreamcast guy.
just took charge of Xbox, well, about 2 weeks ago, right? So she's still very new to it. There's been a lot of people sort of discussing the idea that for the whole first year, Asha is going to be kind of just revealing what's already been in the works. I mean, understandably, right? She is not, suddenly in 2 weeks, suddenly she's...
Yo, and shout out to Ricky Fallon, man. Been a member for 1 month. He says, only a month? It feels like it's been longer. Hey, I'm telling you, dog. It does, doesn't it, right? Shout out to Ricky Fallon, man. Welcome to the pack, my brother. And shout out to Delta, man. He's been a member for 5 months. W's in the chat for Delta and Ricky Fallon, man. He says, I want a refund on those teeth. Not the teeth. Oh, brother, you know what? I think it's fair, right? All the content, all the Xbox bad. I mean, this is the Xbox bad ambassador, right? They use this guy like a kamikaze, right? He doesn't even need talking points or no dirty, stinking rumors. He just gets high and starts yapping, right? Like I said, all he does is hold up controllers and spread misinformation. He don't need nothing, right? No information, no data. He just yaps.
Rubber stamping everything. Clearly, she's probably sort of finishing
and shout out to Cake Man, yo. W's in the chat, man. He's been a member for 6 months. He says, how do I do a chargeback? Wait a minute, right? Let me get on my Marlin shit. Do you not know the meaning of a donation, right? W's in the chat for Cake Man, yo.
the final acts, the final marketing plans that were put in motion by Phil
Is that Brenda Davis?
Spencer and Sarah Bond. Great start to the morning with Team Xbox, where we talked about our commitment to returning of Xbox, including Project Helix, the codename of our next generation console. Look at that. The return of Xbox. It is interesting that I've said in the past that I do feel like for a lot of people, the appeal in a way in the console wars of Team Xbox, it's that...
Oh, God, this brother's still talking about console wars. This guy is pathetic. Holy shit. I mean, this is all that he thinks about.
We need war.
I mean, what is he even talking about right now? He just keeps on reading the word Xbox console, Xbox console. It's like it's blowing his mind that the goddamn thing has actually been announced. Shout out to Bandit, man. He says, Cake Man is Brandon Davis. He might be Brandon Davis, right? Shout out to Bandit, dog.
That's underdog story, right? It is interesting to kind of cheer them on. Rah, rah, rah. Maybe they'll actually catch up. But
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem like you've been cheering them on, right? It seems like you're their number one op, right? For real, right? I mean, I don't know. That's just how it would seem from what I've been documenting, right?
as they get further and further and further behind, as they have 0 exclusives, 0 award-winning games, 0 reason to even care about the console. Yay, another Starfield patch, right? It feels like they're trying to basically say, we want to
Xbox bad, dude.
to make a return to an Xbox. Well, was it useless if we're being honest, right? Project Helix will lead in performance.
Holy, this guy is just and this is what I mean. Look at this guy, brother. I gotta snap a picture, right? Holy, right? Like I said, we need a Dreamcast emoji. This guy is geeking. I'm telling you right now, like I'm calling it. Brother is zooted. Right? I mean, holy, this guy is high out of his mind. You can't tell me that he's not. He's smacked. I mean, it has to be, brother. He is just seething over this thing being announced.
And play your Xbox and PC games. Looking forward to chatting about this more with our partners.
One to Cash said, how many awards did PC games win? PlayStation games on? Oh, well, they had the nominees, right? But they were nominated, right?
In studios at our first GDC next week. Now, Game Developers Conference is typically when there is some stuff that's shown to the public, but historically, this actually when a lot of consoles leak. The PlayStation 4 Pro, before the 4 Pro was actually revealed, this is actually how it initially got leaked. As people were seeing it, they basically were having these like closed-door meetings showing developers, hey, here's the system we need you to hit, right? Here's the new specifications, the new guidelines to PlayStation. I think there is a chance that they're going to be showing the same sort of thing coming up here next week, showing game developers how it is that you make this work. Now,
brother, it's a console, right? Like what? So now they're going to talk about it like it's some type of alien technology.
First and foremost, I really have to say, I don't understand the profitability of this. Like, I just don't get how this thing is going to work, right?
I mean, brother, they have people who like Xbox, right? There was like, what, 30 million people who bought one. So they're going to make hardware so they can play games on it. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand what this guy doesn't get.
Your PC is not making money off the Steam games. It's making money off you buying the parts, right?
It'll make money from it if it's a first-party game. If it's an Xbox game, they'll get a cut. All right?
That's what makes the PC profitable. There's a freaking company that's selling you the graphics card and the case and the cooling and stuff like that, right? It's not making money off Steam.
But he understands the profitability of PlayStation pulling back from PC. Yeah, I mean, that is true, right? Very, very contradicting.
So Steam makes their money by selling.
Yo, and shout out to Day Reezy. He says, Dreamy is trying to make rent early. I mean, listen, he's been on a tear, right? He's been on a tear. I give it to him, right? One thing I'll say about him, you never see him crying, right? You never see him crying. Now, granted, he is coping and seething right now, but he never lies. He never copes about being clipped or any of that shit, right? I mean, he's just an honest grifter, right? You know what I mean? Shout out to Day Reezy.
Selling games. This just genuinely at a baseline, I wonder how this is going to work. How you make a PC that doesn't really play Xbox or PlayStation games. Because that's sort of how this feels, right?
Wow. You notice how he threw in PlayStation games? Brother, if it has a Windows mode, they're going to be able to play damn near all the PlayStation games. Shit, they're going to be able to play more PlayStation games than you can on your PS5 that you glaze through emulation and everything, brother. I guess they're trying to sell it with the appeal of having multiple storefronts, right? Giving the consumer options, right? But like I say all the time with these PlayStation guys, what I've noticed is that's how you scare them away. You give them options, right? They want that closed ecosystem. Man, shout out to Razer Ultron. He says the Helix doesn't fit into his methonomics profits. Yeah, I'm like, brother. They announced it. They've talked about it multiple times. You guys have had plenty of time to come to grips with this, right? I don't understand what he doesn't get at this point, right? And to be honest with you, now that I think about it, they dropped the ROG Ally. Literally, they dropped the ROG Ally. Like, it's going to be similar to that, I guess.
I just feel like
only, they said it's going to be backwards compatible, but shit, we'll see, right?
What if I did get this Xbox console in quotes, but only bought that through Steam? Doesn't that
console in quotes? I'm telling you, we're going right back to it's not an Xbox arc. I can feel it. I can feel it brewing.
I just lose the money? Or what if I even bought my Xbox games only through Steam? Would that mess things up for them? Would it basically...
They would still make
money,
right? I mean, come on now.
We give them less of a cut. The whole concept of this is so strange. I want to take a look at some of the replies here.
Yeah, and it's going to have GOG too.
Look at that. Hope their price point is good. The Series X is extremely hard to justify over the PS5 at a moment.
Yeah, to be fair, 1,000%. They didn't raise that shit, what, twice now?
Look at that. Excited to see the reveal. There's the Happy Grogu exclusives this time. I love this product. Okay, that's obviously the McDonald's meme.
Yeah, they got her looking. She don't look like that, right? Right? They done enhanced her, right?
But I've noticed a lot of ambivalence, and a lot of people are just sort of meeting this with big question marks. This is Mr. Matty Plays. Obviously, this guy is host of one of the biggest Xbox podcasts, and over the last...
I mean, but people tell me all the time that he's not an Xbox guy, right?
It's like 5 years. He's been very vocal about the disappointments about Xbox not fighting back more. Like, Xbox just capitulating perpetually. They're just...
yeah, and I've noticed that he's gained some pony points, right? You guys noticed that, right? And shout out to the people who be watching the streams, right? We were watching Lono, and Lono was like, yeah, you guys can check out Maddie. He's been real critical of Xbox lately, right? I see he's the one over the PlayStation guys, right? Shout out to Maddie Plays, right?
Not even trying whatsoever. Sort of unfortunate for Xbox that PlayStation pulled back on their plans for bringing...
Oh, he's not. He's a Bethesda old school fanboy. Okay, like I said, I don't know, right? I've never really watched him like that. The only time I ever really seen his content was when there was like a whole bunch of controversy with the Dragon Age Veilguard shit. I thought that shit was pretty funny.
Their first party games to PC.
And I was there for all the wrong reasons, right?
I truly believe all the leaks that are happening this week, I think this is straight up Sony reacting to this. A lot of times, PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox, to some degree, this is publicly known, they communicate a bit behind the scenes. Oh, you're revealing your new console. Okay, we'll let you go first. Oh, you're trying to hit this release date. Just because they don't want to step.
Okay, so when is Sony going to step in and say anything? Right? And you see what they're trying to do here? Because Sony didn't say anything, actually, right? Jason Schreier said something, and all you guys coped and pretend like Sony said something. Sony hasn't said a goddamn thing. I've seen you fanboys talking a lot about PlayStation pulling back off of PC, right? That's the crazy thing, right? And it's funny because watch this shit. He's sitting here the whole entire video. He's been sitting here looking at the word console and everything, doubting the shit coming from, Microsoft or whatever, right? But then these guys will believe anything that they hear when it comes to rumors and leaks. So I just find that kind of hypocritical, in my opinion.
On each other's toes, but also it just makes, in general, it kind of just makes them both more money, not to be.
Machine XP says, "Oh my God!" Every time Mr. Matty is brought up, he is an Xbox guy. I, brother. I'm just like, oh, wow.
Constantly trying to steal each other's oxygen. I think straight up, they told them, hey, we're making this PC console hybrid, looking forward to working together. And Sony went, actually, we won't be working together. We're taking.
But but Sony didn't do that. Sony didn't do that at all, right? Jason Schreier said something, right? I mean, brother, it's funny, man. Shout out to Delta, right? I'm so glad that Delta sent me this, right? Let me pull up this picture real quick. I don't know why these guys keep on coping about this shit, right? This is literally what it said. But single-player titles such as last year's Samurai hit, Ghost of Yotei, right? Last year's hit, by the way. And the upcoming action game Sorrows will remain exclusive to PlayStation 5, said the people who asked not to be identified because they weren't authorized to talk publicly about the company's strategy. Source, trust me, bro, right? Some Reddit shit. You guys can believe it. You guys can believe the insiders. You guys know how I feel about insiders and shit like that. But I noticed, like I say all the time, these guys believe insiders and leaks more than the official statements, right? So, I don't know.
All our games off Steam. Maybe I'm being tinfoil hat there, but that's sort of how it feels like. Next,
brother, I think you're just high, right? I'm not even going to throw the tinfoil hat brothers underneath the bus, right? Because sometimes they be correct. I think you're just geeked, right? I say it every time, brother. I hope that you stop doing meth, man. Like, you need to get off that stuff, right?
Generation is going to be interesting. PlayStation.
Show them the second photo that's not highlighted at all. Damn, I'll have to go get it, right? Let me see if I can find that shit real quick. Insane, right? Extremely insane. 1 second. Oh, okay. The people caution that things could change in the future due to the unpredictable nature of the video game industry, and that Sony's plans are constantly shifting. Wow. But in recent weeks, PlayStation scrapped plans of bringing Ghost of Yotei and other internally developed games on PC. All I can say is...
Nope. Not happening.
I mean, this is insane, man. Shout out to Delta, right? W's to Delta. Listen, you guys just don't know, man. That boy Delta be making sure your boy 6 see everything, man. That is my dog right there, man. W's in the chat for Delta, dog.
And Nintendo are going the traditional route, with exclusives, with games. Meanwhile, Xbox.
Nope. Not happening.
I mean, he's sitting here saying exclusives and games. I mean, where are the games at? Are they in the room with us? And on top of that, I love how they're sitting here saying Xbox and Valve are going for console PC hybrids. Xbox is doing a console PC hybrid, right? But Valve is making a PC. These guys just, it's just all over the place. Like, this shit is insane, brother.
Valve are going
so much misinformation.
For the PC console hybrids. I see why Sony is quitting Steam ports. Imagine if Ghost of Yotei was playable on the next Xbox and Steam machine. This is just sort of an interesting vibe.
All I can say is we'll see, right?
Right. Project Helix, I feel like, is coming in at a very strange time where this is the 25th anniversary of Xbox. Xbox now has existed for just shy of 3 decades. And in this time, it's...
Delta says, so nothing is definitive at all here. Sony refused to comment. The source that Jason had would not be named or state anything official. Until I see something official, then this is just a rumor. I'm on the same page, man. I agree. right? Sony releases an average of 1 game a year. I know. That's why it's funny they're saying plural, right?
Grown, it's expanded, it's gone from a typical PC box practically to one of the biggest online platforms of all time, the rise of Xbox Live, the floundering of Xbox One and the Xbox Kinect filming your ball sack and counting your pubes, all the way up to the complete catastrophe of the Xbox Series X. Can Project Helix make a comeback? Absolutely not. But let's see exactly how they choose to fall
All right.
I hammer them.
Yeah, we figured, right?
on that sword. How do you feel about Project
How they choose to fall on this sword. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Helix? How do you feel about Marathon? I'm about to make a video about that as soon as I play a couple more hours.
All I can say is rest in peace, right? Rest in peace to Marathon, right? You want to see a dead body?
I love you very much. This is stupid. Thanks for watching. If you could
Wow, he was just seething this whole time, just coping and seething. He read like a total of like 5 tweets, right? It was just yapping, high out of his mind. I mean, just look at this. The last time. I mean, just look at this, high out of his mind. You can see it in his eyes. I mean, this dude is geeked.